What is up, YouTube? I had to get on here to see if you guys wanted to know what I thought about the fight that's coming up next week. It's all over YouTube. Everybody keeps talking about it. I want to give my take. All right. So as I'm doing this, I'm also doing a little workout. Nothing too crazy. But let's get into the fight. Let's get into what happens next week. Let's predict this. So to me, I see a good fight. Um, they've had plenty of time. You guys know that Tyson Fury tested positive for COVID. They were supposed to fight in July, which isn't that long ago. July is August, September, October, 3 months. But it is basically a whole nother camp added to the camp that they did have. So they're gonna be ultra ready. They're gonna be ultra ready, man. Given their all, I definitely see Wilder giving a little bit of more endurance and more stamina towards the fight. Um, he looked very tired in the second fight. In the first fight, he didn't care what Tyson Fury was doing, and he just wanted that knockout. He was still undefeated. He was still doing his thing, the bronze bomber thing, still throwing that right hand, and he was fearless. But then the second fight, he was apprehensive. He didn't like Fury's twitchy movements. And at times, it also looked like he had no plan and no answer. That's probably why he fired his coach. Then there's talks about, oh my gosh, Fury's gloves were loaded and this and that. Also, something about being poisoned. I don't know. But those things are only excuses to get him where he is now. I don't think that's going to be relevant when the fight happens. So, my take is I think it's going to be a close fight. Being that it's boxing 101, this fight is a big heavyweight fight. You gotta be on your P's and Q's. Someone like Tyson Fury, I don't think he's gonna be a brawler. He's gonna be Tyson Fury. He's gonna be a boxer. He's gonna be that first. And he's been playing a lot of mind games with Deontay Wilder. I've been on the record in other chats, and I don't know if I've ever said this on this channel, but I think that Deontay Wilder is losing it a little bit up here. I think that he's having issues with his mechanical uh, parts in his head. I think he's already developing some brain damage there already. Um, you got to think about it. This guy has had plenty of knockouts. Like if you look at guys like all the knockout artists, they sometimes start to slow down with their mechanical up there. And I see that in Wilder. That's why, to me, when the press conferences was starting with them two, I noticed that he didn't want to talk like that. And then when he did finally talk, he seemed very nervous, almost like he didn't know if he was saying the right things. He didn't know if he was saying the right things. Um, he just was very careful with what he said. Um, but then all of a sudden it went away. It was kind of weird. It was almost like he might have had like someone to help him train to talk to the media or answer questions because he knew he had to. You can't just put your headphones on and be like, yo, I'm done. I'm not answering any questions. So that's neither here nor there because obviously there's a lot of money on the line. Um, and Wilder wants to win. Um, I don't think he's that much of a money dude, but obviously if he wins, he gets to come up in the world, as they say. Another side note that I feel it's a shame that Floyd has not involved himself in the training camp. Now, obviously, he can, you know, join the training camp behind closed doors in the middle of the night when nobody's watching, nobody cares. You can do that. But a lot of things that he usually does is it pops up as a big headline, on anything, social media, uh, any boxing websites or whatever, it comes up. So I find that pretty strange. Now, my assumption is he's probably giving him tips through the phone or something, but it is a true shame that he is not more involved because regardless of what we think of Floyd, he could add to that camp because number one, um, if anything, he's very experienced in high level fights. He's very experienced in lots of attention, to a big fight like this where no one knows what's gonna happen. Like for example, like when he fought Canelo, a lot of people thought Canelo could win, so there was a lot of attention, a lot of media, and people picked it up. But then now Floyd is nowhere to be found. He's not even in the front row, and Fury has mentioned him in the past and whatnot, and Fury likes Floyd, but I guess Wilder is just not that cool with Floyd. So I think that that's a true shame. But let's get back to the fight because these are like outside of, you know, before the fight starts, So, um, yeah, there's gonna be a true showdown. I think Tyson Fury is gonna basically box his ass off. He's gonna do what he's supposed to do. He also has a lot to prove. He wants to be considered the best boxer in the world. Now he has Alexander Usyk looking at him, or however you pronounce his first name. Um, and I'm pretty sure he wants to prove to him like, yo, I can beat you too. It doesn't matter who you guys are. I can beat you too. So I think he's gonna be on his tippy toes, and if Wilder gets too excited, he might make him look foolish. But I think the endurance is gonna be there for Wilder, so I could see Deontay like boxing for the first couple rounds, because the whole hatred thing is all for the media. I don't think they really hate each other. I think they really respect each other. I think they like each other. But I could see Wilder being patient for the first couple rounds, and then after the fifth, he's gonna get back to what he does, which is hunt and not care about how much he gets hit. So it's important on Deontay to have some good head movement. It's important for him to have a plan. Have an exit plan. Have a some audibles. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to understand, man. Fury is trying to get up all of in his head. You know, Fury's a huge target, 6'9". He's a huge target. He knows what he has to do, and he also has a new trainer. And I'm pretty sure he wants to prove to his new trainer, like, yo, I can do this. Like, I got this. So for me, I think it's gonna be a close fight, but I still think Fury's gonna win on points. That's basically the outcome, in my opinion. That's the prediction I have because I don't see. I right now I just don't see Tyson Fury out. Uh, Basically, I think the stamina is gonna be head to head. I think they're both gonna be in tip top shape, being that they had like basically like two camps worth of time to figure it out. Um, but I really see Wilder bringing the fight to Fury. But I just don't see that Fury's gonna like let him do whatever he wants. He's just gonna take his time. He's gonna do what he has to do, and I still think it's gonna be a close fight. I don't see a knockout, maybe a knockdown, maybe, which could be even closer. And if it's a draw again, oh my gosh, that's gonna be even more crazy. Um, yeah, because that knockdown it splits cards like crazy. Whenever you get a knockdown, it splits cards. Something that Manny Pacquiao was doing, but then now he can't do it anymore. So going back to the assessment for the fight, like I said, I think Fury's going to win on points. Wilder is going to make it close. Um, but I still think it's a very close fight, like 45 to 55%. I think Fury gets 55. And all it takes is one little mistake. Really, all it takes is one little mistake, and the fight could change. So, they've learned a lot and they've had a lot of time to figure each other out. And being that Wilder has a new trainer, I'm optimistic. I'm not trying to be like a hater. I'm optimistic. I don't want to automatically assume that Wilder doesn't know what he's doing. The one thing I do notice though, when fighters get new trainers, the thing that I notice is that they want fresh meat, so to say. Like for example, when Triple G switched trainers, what happens with that is that you get new people to spar. Now you have a new guy calling for you and asking, hey, can you come over and spar with my champion? You know what I'm saying? You have a new representative to say, yo, we need some work done. You know what I'm saying? Same thing happened with Fury. Both guys got new trainers. Both guys got a new batch of sparring partners. And that's why I think Wilder can still have a chance. It's good to have refresh in your corner. It's good. That's good. That's good stuff that he has. But I don't know if it's automatically going to help Wilder, because some people say that it could be for money. That's why Wilder's camp is like, "Yo, let's help you, whatever, whatever." But in the background, they're like, "Yeah, we're counting this money." So it doesn't matter what these guys say; they love the money. But when it comes to getting a W, we gotta see. There's a lot at grabs right here when it comes to what happens after. Um, Obviously, um, Wilder, he will still be a part of that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, he still will be a part of that hierarchy of the heavyweights. You know what I'm saying? The top 4 or 5. That's where Wilder wants to be. He's not gonna make the same money. He is not gonna make the same money. I think he'll still have fans. Obviously, when COVID ends, if it does, um, because I think nobody knows shit when it comes to that subject. Nobody knows nothing. Everybody could say what they want, but nobody knows nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's just keep going on and um, until we find a good fix. Uh, but anyway, Wilder got fans. You know what I'm saying? He got fans. He got mad people that love him. They respect him. They love how he fights. They love that he's a knockout artist. And that whole Black Pride thing. I respect it. I respect it. But ultimately, man, he wants to be known as the guy that squashed the guy that beat him. That's how Floyd did his thing. You know what I'm saying? He he basically has to deal with that for the rest of his career. Is that something that he wants to deal with? I don't know. Maybe he's gonna have to deal with it for the rest of his career if he doesn't hurt Fury. He has to hurt him at some point. He has to hurt him in that fight. Because if not, that ghost is gonna be there forever. You know what I'm saying? Let me read you some of these comments. I saw a chat there. Wilder does that elite right hand, but it might not be enough anymore. Yeah, and if he's been practicing it, then he still has a one punch chance. You know what I'm saying? He has a huge opportunity to take it all, get all that stuff back, because that green belt is a serious, serious, serious thing to have. And in boxing, that's like a big time thing to have. Like wherever you go, you're known as the heavyweight champion. You're not known as the heavyweight champion when you have everything else like WBA. Nobody cares. Everybody cares about the WBC. That's the money belt, that green belt. So I don't know. I don't know. Like the right hand, he's still Wilder's still somewhat young in the game. He's a little bit older than Fury, but that doesn't mean that he's not hungry. My thing is the matchup, and I want to see Wilder versus um, Joshua. I want to see Wilder versus Usyk. I want to see these big fights, but if he doesn't win, then what? I see the comments, guys. I'm checking it out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What's going on, Tone? I got Fury winning by stoppage, but of course Wilder got the puncher's chance. Absolutely. Don Dimelo, he's back at it. Yes, sir. You already know. Been working on it. Been working on my speech. You already know. Hey, the good fights have to come so like that I could come out of the woods, right? But man, yo, this is gonna be a damn good fight. You got Fury too, Don Dimelo? Okay. Shout out to Don Dimelo and Tony Le Guin in the chat. My guys from the third. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Yeah, I got Fury because the on points it's just it's an easy pick. It's an easy pick. You know what I'm saying? But I do think it's gonna be close. I do think it's gonna be close. I really feel like Wilder is not gonna let us down. Like we were supposed to see a big fight between Spence and Pacquiao. They weren't gonna let us down, but being that we didn't get to see it, that's what I feel Wilder feels. He's like, yo, I gotta bring it for my fans, So I think it's gonna be a good fight. I'm gonna say Fury wins in 9 stoppage. That's a great prediction right there. That's a perfect prediction because the thing is 11, 12, or 10, 11, 12 round is basically the championship rounds, you know what I'm saying? And if Fury could just like stop it before that, then he doesn't have to go into those ugly rounds where it's like, damn, who knows if I'm gonna come out of this looking good. Um, but to me, man, is that's gonna be a challenge. But if you can get it there, absolutely. Uppercuts, body shots, head movement. Fury got all of that. He can do all of that. But I really think Wilder's going to be a little bit more hungrier to at least get to the 12th round. Yeah, once Fury smells blood, it's a wrap. Yeah, and that's very true. We've seen what happens because the thing is the output, the volume that Fury puts out, if he comes with more, there's no stopping Fury. I hope Wilder has some more head movement and a game plan because that's the thing that I don't like is just he's just trying to set up the right hand. And if you're only doing a 1, 2, 3 combination, which obviously in the heavyweight division it does happen, guys only have a 1, 2, 3, 4 combination, then obviously that's easy to see for someone like Fury or even Usyk because Usyk can box his ass off too. um, and Joshua used to be like that, but these guys, I don't know what happened to Joshua, man. Luis, maybe Wilder could try to jab more to the body. Yeah, because he has those long ass arms. He has a crazy wingspan. For supposedly it's like 83 or something. Like, bro, why aren't you boxing more? Tony says Fury beat last fight. Wilder last fight, making Wilder fight on his back foot. I see the same. I doubt he improves. Yeah, that's the problem right there. That's the problem. And Fury's imposing. He's very imposing. He's 6'9", and he doesn't look like he's double the size of Wilder or anything, but he's just bigger. You feel me? And that's why it doesn't make sense to me why Wilder doesn't get on his bike and try to attack as much as he can and then back off. Like I don't know why he wants to be the bigger man, but that's what he feels. With his right hand, he feels he's the bigger man. He feels like, yo, it doesn't matter what you're doing, I'm gonna drop you. He just doesn't like to box. Basically, he just doesn't. It doesn't make him happy. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Of course, we don't want to say that out loud, but damn it, Fury, he's been boxing like that all his life, man. And that's the smartest thing he could have done because if he wanted to be that big monster dude, eventually somebody would have dropped him, you know. But yeah, man, pause on that one for sure. Yeah, man. So I'm excited, and I'm hearing the undercard is gonna be good. I don't know exactly what the undercard is, but I'm hearing it's worth the watch. So grab your popcorn, get ready, get your pizza, get your popcorn, get your beer, your tequila, whatever it is that you like. Because I'm a tequila guy, and right now I'm in the middle of obtaining a job, so I can't smoke of the tree. If you get what I'm saying. I heard there's a decent. I heard that too. Yeah, 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 Lewis. I For me, when I'm not smoking the tree, it's tequila and Sprite. That's my preference. One drink, one glass, some water, and I'm good. I don't need too much. I try to take care of myself out here, but it's good to have fun, man, especially for a fight like this. I can't tell you enough how excited I am for this fight. I know you guys have to be because I was let down by the Pacquiao Spence fight, man. That took all the air out of it. And now we also have to deal with the fact that Pacquiao is retiring. Um, and the Canelo fight is coming up too. So like it's a mixture. It's a mixture. Canelo versus Caleb Plant. There's a mixture of how boxing fans feel right now. It's like we're undecided. We're not exactly happy. Seeing Usyk box his ass off was incredible. I would have loved to seen a little bit more out of Joshua because I like Joshua. He's just a likable person. You know what I'm saying? But just he didn't bring the sauce, man. He did not bring the sauce, and I feel like he should have boxed like Wilder, bro. Like what the? Why are you backing up? Like at least cut off half the ring. You don't have to cut off the corner. You don't have to cut off the corner like you're Triple G. You don't have to do that. You could cut off half the ring and wait to see what he. Yo, you're the bigger man. I don't understand what's up with AJ. Like that really threw me off. Luis says I like AJ too, but Usyk is all wrong for him. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like he just doesn't have that background. AJ is just not hungry sometimes, and I think the money gets to his head. Like I guess he's just he likes the money too much, and then he thinks he could just show up and everything's gonna be good. Like bro, it don't work like that. Um, Tony says another topic, but that Oscar Valdez situation for PEDs or whatever drug they took looks suspect. What you think? I don't know much about Oscar Valdez, but I've heard of it and I think it's disgusting. Obviously these guys they need to be more on point on what they put into their body and whatnot because this can ruin you. It could ruin you not just like not because you're trying to cheat because that part in itself is super wrong, but steroids is not good for you, man. It's not good for you. Yes, there's a lot of ways to take it and there's a lot of science that says it can help you with this and that, but all you got to do is take it wrong or do it too much or get a little too used to it and then you're done. So I think it's disgusting every time I hear it. I think it's disgusting. The only people I kind of don't mind to do it is like a baseball player or something like that, or I don't know. But the most times I'm not cool with it because in boxing you can end somebody's life. We've seen guys crippled, we've seen guys not look the same. I've met a couple of heavyweight champions that they passed on, and they didn't look that great at the end of their career. So it's pretty sad. Um, Crazy, but there's still guys out there that look pretty good though for their age. Um, Facts. I got to look more into it as well. Yeah, my guy BT Brendan Taylor, he usually talks about the lower divisions like that. I think he's like 130. What is he? 135 or 140 or 147? I'm not sure, but from what I understand, he's with Golden Boy or something like that, and he was on his way up. Um, but yeah, man, I've been trying to stick to some of the lower divisions too because like I have a buddy, the buddy Hector Franco. He's been on the channel before. He tells me he would like to see Josh Taylor versus Pacquiao. So I want to check out these guys. Yeah, see, I knew he was in that echelon right there. Like he's in that little group, um, and he's trying to come up. I know that he's trying to come up. He was trying to get those fights, but you can't get bagged. Like you cannot get caught out there like that. And number two, you shouldn't even be doing that to begin with. Like, what's wrong with just working out? And the excuse they had, was weird too. I don't know what the excuse was, but it was weird. Like, Who's gonna believe you? Like, I don't believe Canelo. Oh, it was I ate tacos. Like, bro, come on, don't do that to us. We're boxing fans. We're smart. Even if someone that's high on the street can tell you, that someone that's messed up in the head can tell you, yo, that guy's cheating. You know what I'm saying? So it's disgusting, And these are the reasons why sometimes young guys don't want to watch. They don't care anymore. They don't appreciate. Yes, there were guys in the 90s that abused. We know that too. We know that too. We're smart. We understand what's going on. But at the same time, it doesn't mean you have to do it. Uh, we have incredible boxers like Lomachenko, Inui, the monster. You know what I'm saying? Who else? Triple G. They clean. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, they are clean boxers, and they're beast knockout artists. Um, Look at Wilder. I mean, I don't think he ever touched anything, but for the most part, I think Wilder's a clean athlete. He's a knockout artist. He's incredible. He doesn't need steroids. So I don't think these guys should be on that. I heard they told Tony says I heard they told Oscar to give them the T. He took the test. He took he took to test and he hasn't given it to them. But I gotta research to be honest. Yeah, I heard. See, this is what I heard. I heard that too. That it was had something to do with a T. Now, when the hell have you ever heard of a T being an enhancer for working out? Like in totality. You feel me? Like it's this doesn't make sense. Now I drink tea. I love tea. I can use it as a pre workout to keep me, up and stuff like that. But what? This is what I'm saying. Like that stuff sounds like premeditated excuses that don't even make sense. Um, yeah, what country do like? Really? You think I'm that stupid? Like, come on, man. Come on, yo. He might as well just say I'm sorry. Say I'm sorry to the fans because the thing is, I mean, obviously there's money on the line, so most people they're gonna continue to go on with the lie. But come on, man, yo, just fess up. Um, and the sad thing is that if he was to fess up, he'd probably be done. But then in a couple years, he'll be back again, and people will say that he's clean. So it sucks, and we can't really hound all these guys. We can't find every single one that's cheating because someone's always cheating. In the real world, in the fantasy world, it don't matter what we talking about. Someone's always cheating. So I'm gonna let you guys go. I want to do more of a formal um, vlog for you guys, but I thought this would be cool too. And I'm gonna see what I could do for the fight. I want to watch it. I want to watch it real bad. So hopefully I could do like a live reaction. I've never done that, so I'm planning on it. Let's see how it goes. If I'm not busy, I'm gonna do my best to get on here, especially after the fight. So much love, much respect to you guys. You guys stay healthy there. Um, Family first. You already know. Take care. It's your boy Rex Righteous, and we will see you again. Peace out.